Now let's talk about an actual attack, like the one happening in Russia. The Belgorod region has been under attack since yesterday. This is a region in Russia that borders Ukraine. Some fighters hit multiple villages in the area. Several drones struck Belgorod overnight. The fighting is ongoing. And who's behind this offensive? A group calling themselves the Liberty of Russia Legion has taken responsibility.
We are Russians just like you. We are people just like you. We want our children to grow up in peace and be free people so they can travel, study, and just be happy in a free country. But this has no place in today's Putin's Russia, rotten from corruption, lies, censorship, restrictions on freedoms, repressions. In that Russia where a person's life means less than an official's wallet.
The fighters say they're Russians. They claim to have liberated a village in the Belgorod region and that they're moving towards the town of Grey-Voron. Reports say there's one more group involved in the fighting. It's called the Russian Volunteer Corps. And the question is, why are Russians fighting against their own country? Apparently to overthrow Vladimir Putin. Listen to this.
It's time to put an end to the Kremlin's dictatorship. Thanks to all those who support us, to everyone who sends us donations and smokes where necessary. Your support is what every day reminds us of our final goal on Red Square. Be brave and don't be afraid, because we are coming home. Russia will be free.
These groups say they want to bring about regime change in Moscow. The Kremlin says that's a lie, that these attackers are in fact Ukrainian saboteurs.
I'm now in the Grey-Voron district. The situation here continues to be extremely tense. A sabotage reconnaissance group entered the territory. The Ministry of Defense and all law enforcement agencies are fulfilling their assigned combat tasks to protect our country. The current situation is that 8 people were injured. According to information from the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Defense, there were no civilian casualties. Once again, the situation is tense and remains so. A counter-terrorist operation was declared. Many restrictions are in place.
That was from yesterday. Russia declared a counter-terrorism operation. It also accused Ukraine of staging the attack on Belgorod as a diversion. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov says, and I'm quoting, "We perfectly understand the purpose of such sabotage to divert attention from the Bakhmut direction to minimize the political effect of the loss of Bakhmut by the Ukrainian side." Ukraine, of course, has denied all of this. This is what an advisor to Zelensky posted yesterday. He said Ukraine has no direct involvement in the attacks on Belgorod or any of the attacks in the Russian territory. Kyiv maintains that all such attacks on Russian soil have been conducted by dissidents, by groups like the Liberty of Russia Legion. But of course, Kyiv has to say that. You see, all the weapons that Ukraine gets from its Western allies come with a clause. They can only be used for defense. They can't be used to attack Russia. But the fact is, there are boots on the ground in Russian territory. They've openly attacked multiple villages in Russia. It marks another stage in the war of attacks inside Russia. We'll have to wait and see how Moscow responds.